What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 31st episode of Speaking of Stadia. I am, of course, one of your hosts, Aaron Cini, and as with me always is the bearded beauty himself, my favorite John Krasinski on the internet, two-top order. Jacob, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How about you?
Are you trying to out-cute your daughter? Because the story you were telling me earlier,
I know.
no way you're going to do it.
My daughter tucks me in at night as a whole. So
Before she goes to bed.
That's part of why I was running late is because she was tucking me in. She does a really cute thing where I'll lay down, she'll come and tuck me in, she'll give me a kiss, and she'll close the door and say, "Don't worry, there's no dinosaurs or no horses," because apparently she's afraid of horses now, even though she loved riding a pony like 2 weeks ago. But they're also very frightening creatures, and she should be afraid of them because they're massive and very muscular and large. But yeah, so she does that, and it's really cute, and she just kind of kept going and going and going. So, but
yeah. And of course, our other regular host, she puts the supernova in Nova Scotia. Give it up for the one and only Fiona. I didn't realize how much all of that rhymes until just now because I usually just say Fee. Fiona, how are you?
I'm doing great. And that is probably one of the most adorable stories that I've heard the entire week.
I love that she says, "Don't worry, no
dinosaurs and no horses."
That's like my favorite. Look at this. Everybody's got a drink tonight. Jacob, let's start with you as you're pouring it. What do you got there? That looks...
This is orange mango pineapple smoothie puffsicle. It is a beer with mangoes. It's a quote unquote beer, apparently, with mangoes, oranges, pineapples, marshmallow flavor from Imprint in Hatfield, Pennsylvania.
It's
essentially literally a smoothie that has alcohol, apparently. It's super.
We have smoothie beers out here, and they're delicious.
And it's drinking this whole can is gonna be a chore for me because it's just so much. It's so sweet, but it's good.
And Fiona, what about you? What are you drinking?
I am drinking Wayfarer's Alley Society's Southbound Lemon Wheat Radler. It is beer with lemonade in it, and it is brewed in Nova Scotia. Yeah.
I was gonna say is it made and distributed by Wayfarer?
Yes. Just like their $10,000 sofas.
Yes.
What is it? It was like $100,000 sofas. And then you could just buy
they're like $36,000.
Yeah, it was really expensive sofas. Yeah, they also sell beer just straight out of Nova Scotia, specifically Port Williams. Nowhere else. It's just specifically there. It's very weird.
That is a very odd move by Wayfair.
Sure.
And
not the weirdest thing.
And beer.
And just so you know, Radlers as a style are a mix of it's a mix of a drink and a beer that's like a Radler. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very refreshing. Every single week you guys come on here with a new drink, and then I'm like, okay, I need to grab a drink this week. Because every time it's just oh, I have this beer that's made distilled here, and then I'm like, here's my bubbly.
Here's my bubbly, literally bubbly.
Which I literally also have on my desk and I've been drinking, but I thought I would try to.
Nice. Cheers. I am drinking a local pumpkin beer that's really good from one of our local breweries.
Nice.
They do a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg in there too, so it has more of that pumpkin pie taste thing. It's really good.
It's good. Yeah. Oh, matching today.
Yeah. And my son, without knowing, he put on his Speaking of Stadia shirt this morning.
Oh,
so
wow.
All three of us.
Yeah, where's that logo behind you? I thought it was coming up already.
I know.
Gotta step up that game behind you, man.
And here's my black sweater.
We're all wearing black, though. We all get the memo. We're matching.
It's true.
It's a black shirt.
Black shirt.
All right. Well, if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this is our show, Speaking of Stadia, where we run you down through all the Stadia news, talk about cloud gaming, and we start with what my favorite segment is. What have you been playing? Fiona, let's start with you.
Oh, wow.
What have you been playing lately?
Well, I have been playing a game called Final Fantasy 14.
No.
This brand new game just came out.
Brand new
I have not heard you say
MMORPG.
anything about this.
I've never talked about this ever on the podcast. I have never my very first time playing it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was such an experience, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. On another note, I also been playing other games. I have played Murder by Numbers on Stadia, which I've
Excellent.
still been really enjoying. Yeah, I thought I was concerned. I'm like, oh goodness, like this seems to be the end because I got at the end of a case. I apparently forgot that there's four other cases in the game. So I'm like, okay, we're good. So I've been playing that. I've been playing Tome, which is a black and white like point and click photo adventure, and it is bonkers. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. And I've been playing a lot of board games too.
I was gonna say I'm actually playing a board game like actively right now, technically, because Board Game Arena,
Yes,
you can do asynchronous games.
Mhm.
So, which is really cool. I'm playing with a guy that's actually in Spain right now. He's in the board game group I'm in. So yeah, literally playing Parks right now on if we can get the
Wow.
glare out that happen on my phone. So that's Parks.
Wow,
Some
Parks is a lot of fun. I have
Parks is a
Parks
lot
to
of fun. And we also played a game of Lost into Arnak through asynchronous. So we played it over like a few days, which is awesome. Just way more chill way of playing a game.
Nice. Over the weekend, I played an 8-hour game of Terraforming Mars.
So
I
jealous.
lost very badly. I was sitting at about 84 points, and everyone else at the table had 140 plus. But you know what? I lived my best life. I searched for life and actually got it, which is for people who've played Terraforming Mars is a huge deal because sometimes you play the entire game, playing that card, turn around and never finding life, which means that each cycle you have to draw a card and see if it has like a specific tab on it. I've gone literal 8-hour plus games and never found it, so really excited.
That's very exciting news.
It's very exciting news, and I'm planning on playing board games tomorrow.
I'm very jealous of that too. Have you played Twilight Imperium before?
Nope, but it is daunting, and
you say it's daunting, but you just played an 8-hour game of Terraforming Mars when the game takes 10 to 12 hours. So what's another 4 hours? Really?
I mean, I've heard it. A friend of mine who I actually played Terraforming Mars with, it took him an entire weekend to finish it. They started Friday evening, and then they ended Monday morning before school started.
You need to know. Everyone needs to know the rules and go through. I know actually, Dominic, who's in the GSN network company, one of our lovely guys. Yeah. He's played. I know he actually plays once a year. He gets together on a weekend and plays TI4. So,
wow,
yeah, it's a long day. Aaron's that's a whole day of. I complete The Last of Us in that entire time. What the Last of Us 2?
30 hours. I could speedrun The Last of Us 1, no problem. Not even speedrun it, just casual playthrough, no problem.
Yeah, that time. So,
damn.
But yeah, Aaron, what have you been playing?
You're not gonna believe this. I played a board game this weekend.
What?
Was it Monopoly or Candyland?
It was actually Cards Against Humanity. I just wanted to see you guys light up when I said it. But I played Cards Against Humanity with my devout Catholic mother, and it was hysterical.
How red was she the entire time?
Like our logo red. Like the background of this stream red. I have a picture of her with her face just buried in her hands. And my favorite part is that she has been married to my stepdad for right at 20 years now. And the fact that he loves to torture her, he just played the gnarliest cards when it was her turn just to make her read them out loud. And it was so funny.
That's funny.
It was really fun. Otherwise, I've been playing a little bit of Splitgate. I got into Deathloop. I'm about halfway through Deathloop, I think. That game is awesome.
Oh my goodness!
It's probably on my game of the year list right now. It's easily a top 5, but it might be my game of the year. The characters are great. The chemistry is awesome. The voice acting is phenomenal, and the gameplay loop is awesome. So much fun.
Arcane is. I've said it for 10 years now. Probably has been around. They're the most underrated developer. Granted, you actually like the immersive sims now after your time with Hitman. All of the marathon of those games, speaking of marathoning games, where you play those over a whole week. But that whole like immersive sim style is so good, and they just to a T, like it's so much fun playing that in that toolbox. Like they
As
give you.
a Dishonored fanboy, self-proclaimed #1 Dishonored fan, Jacob Porter, I will say you're gonna love it.
Oh, I cannot.
Wow.
I'm just gonna just for everyone else. I pre-ordered. Oh my goodness, I'm breaking
He's
everything.
bringing down the mask. Here's
Oh,
the
yeah,
mask.
Yeah, I pre-ordered this during the stream when they announced it. Like I literally just like I logged on to the Bethesda's website and just pre-ordered it. Like okay,
Wow.
So I'm just gonna move over here so I don't knock more.
Excellent. It makes me want to go back and play both Dishonored games because I had never finished them.
Really,
Yeah.
I played both of them and the DLC for both.
Wow. So I'm probably gonna go back after Deathloop because it just makes me want to live in their worlds.
They're on Game Pass.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So yeah, that's kind of consumed most of my time, to be honest. That's really what I've kind of been bouncing between. Jakey, what about you? What have you been playing?
I have actually been playing games. I've been playing obviously board games, like I said, but then I actually started playing Young Souls on Stadia. That hot Stadia exclusive.
Ooh.
That game is awesome. I am really enjoying that game. The style of it is really cool. The animation style for anything, the cinematic. It's not like a heavily cinematic game, but like the transitions between certain sequences are really cool. It's a really well polished game. I've had a few bugs here and there. Like I got stuck in a loading loop, but the auto saving is really good, and I didn't lose any progress because of it. So that's the only negative there. But the game is so much fun. It's a beat 'em up game, but it's not it's not a game it's not Castle Crashers where you just like it's mindless fun. Like it's tough. I die a lot. Like it is like not a beat 'em up game where like it's a quarter muncher. Like I die a ton, and it's fun to have some RPG elements where you can customize your like items. You get secondary abilities. There's like slow and fast weapons. It's really cool. The weapons have different abilities you get. I'm about 3.5 hours in, I want to say, so it's still pretty early. But it says I'm like 22% of the way through, so it seems like a pretty short game for the $25. But definitely seems like a game that I think more people should be talking about because it has so much style, so much character. I think it's just a beautiful game. And I guess one little downside is it takes a little bit to get into it. They give you like the end of the game for like the first like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and it's a lot of like you wandering around the house, you going to town, you bringing this, you going back to the house. You like it's a little bit of like takes like an hour probably to get into the game really. But other than that, it's a cool dungeon crawl ish style like beat 'em up. And it's local only co-op though.
Oh, it's only local co-op. That's interesting.
You can play single player where you can swap between the characters, which is what I'm doing. Or you can play local co-op with another person. There's no online co-op, unfortunately. So it's only a downside. But yeah.
Nice.
I know we have I think Aaron's getting our first because we have some new we had a hot drop today.
A hot drop. That's right. This week on Stadia, we talked about what we've been playing. Let's talk about what we're all probably gonna be playing because Stadia did drop that new good today. So this week on Stadia, FIFA 22 is here, and 5 new games are coming to Stadia Pro. FIFA 22 comes to Stadia, and it's pitch perfect. I'm not the only one that makes these great puns because the soccer field is called a pitch. You'll love to see it.
I could have lived in blissful ignorance, not realizing that was a reference to soccer, and now here we are.
But no,
could have, but I made your life better instead.
It's
and
true.
Then we also got 5 games dropping on Pro starting October 1st. So coming this Friday, we get DreamWorks Spirit Lucky's Big Adventure. Jacob will not be downloading that one and claiming that one because his daughter is in fact afraid of horses. The other 4 games that we'll be having are Hello Engineer Early Access, available first exclusively on Stadia, and then Cake Bash, Unto the End, Control Ultimate Edition. Let's go. And then also don't forget to be sure to claim Human Fall Flat for free by September 30th before it leaves the Stadia Pro library.
Yeah.
When I saw that this was the list today, I saw Control and I was like, it's
Blanked
time
out.
to play Control again.
I'm excited to finally get into it, really, because I played an hour of it on Luna and was so just frustrated with that experience that I'm like, I'll wait until it comes out on Stadia. On Pro, because I knew it
Number
was
one
gonna happen.
streaming platform, Luna didn't do it for you.
Man,
It was so choppy. It was just like, granted, this is like pretty early on. It's been a bit since I picked it up,
Yeah.
but like it was just so choppy. I'm like, this game's gonna come to Stadia and the game's gonna be free on Pro. Like, whatever. Oh wait, I'm patient. So so yeah, it ran really rough. I'll say that much.
Man. So that's what's coming this week on Stadia. I think Control's probably going to run a lot better on Google if I had my suspicions.
Yeah.
But speaking of the games that have already come out, we also have new games and dates. Jake, you want to tell us about the new games that are coming out to Stadia here soonish? Some might already be
out. This one, the first one, is not out yet. We have Corvus. Chorus is arriving on December 5th, is what they're.
December 3rd.
The 3rd, sorry, 3rd. I thought it was the 5th for some reason. Why am I thinking about that? So yeah, we got some more like story trailer stuff, like introducing the character a little bit with the drop recently. As it's December 3rd on Stadia. The game looks cool. It still is like very stylized flight game.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that like it's. We still don't really know what's going on too much from what I saw. I didn't really, but it. I mean, it looks beautiful. That's for sure. I can't wait to see how it runs on Stadia. Especially if we get the 60 frames per second and whatnot for that game, because it's a game that I think would really need the 60 frames to really show off what it can do. So yeah, but yeah, still has Stadia in the logo, the hashtag logo gate kind of stuff. So we had the logo. That was the most important part. So.
Excellent.
So yeah, and then we have some more. Of course, we have more. Always more. As I guess I've already. We have the Falconer, which which actually a special edition of the Falconer, of the Warrior Edition confirmed for October. Maybe that's right, the 5th and the 3rd. I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
that
would make sense. That would be it. Yeah, Falconer. Which this like GIF here, maybe everyone's like. This game is different than I thought it was. Like, there's combat in this game. I thought it was just you flying around as a bird doing like a little fetch quest kind of stuff, but no, there's combat in this game. Unless it's just this DLC or the Warrior Edition. What other new stuff that comes with? So yeah, not today. Open world the platform November 5th, so soon. And
very soon.
Yeah, not too much else. I really wish I had 2 screens. That would be like the best thing in the world.
That's how I run my life. I have 2.
I know. Trust me. I wish I did. It's just my laptop only has one output. And I didn't get a USB adapter that had more than one, which is I should have got another HDMI output there. But you live and learn, guys. Sometimes you
live and learn, and then you get HUDs. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and also this is one we've talked about for the last few months is Merrick's Market. I'll say this guy's been very vocal. The developer of this game coming to Stadia is very up. And I know Blue Bob's the gaming CPA. He was involved in the testing of this game a bit for Stadia, how it runs, and he loves this game. So he was like really enjoying this experience.
That's awesome.
15 pounds, which I do not know what that is in American, probably $20, I would assume. Is a kind of has a bit of the what call it? What I'm blanking out the game like what's the game with the market where like you're a storekeeper but also go dungeon diving?
Merrick's Market.
No,
now on Stadia.
No, but I said like has a store like you're like overcooked, but it's also like you're selling selling the products too. So there's like added.
Oh yeah. I don't remember the.
But I was trying to think of what it's on Stadia too.
I cannot think of the name of it to save my life, but I totally know what you're talking about.
I played it.
I know the
looks
board
exactly
game,
like
which is above
Overcooked.
below, but
Oh, Buffalo. I have
yeah,
not
that's a
played that
board
game. Yeah,
It's really good. Highly recommend it.
I've
You go into
heard
a dungeon.
things.
You have to
Oh,
choose
oh,
your own
really?
adventure kind of thing. Yeah.
Fun. Sounds
Yeah.
great. No, that's not what I wanted. That's not the one I wanted. No.
I think Travell answered our question.
It's called Moonlighter.
Yes,
Yeah.
Moonlighter. Thank you, Travell. Thank you.
Tra-
The fake face of Stadia.
Big
Back
Daddy
to-
Travail coming through.
Bing.
Number one hero.
Oh my goodness, that guy.
Wow.
This is a game we need to play. We need to sit down and play this game. It's a multiplayer demo for
Yeah.
a game. It's only on Stadia. I think it's only on Stadia right now.
Nice.
From Space, which is from the same follow up it came from Space and Inner Brains, which you can all throw this on real quick and not deafen us, but is a like twin stick post-apocalyptic shooter, as it takes forever to load. I'm not sure when it actually leaves the demo. I'm not sure if it's actually a time demo. It's gonna like stay for a while. I know like the Phoenix Immortals Rising. Oh my goodness, internet, where are you? Where did you go, internet? Oh, so here you go. So here's some gameplay. Yeah, look, I love all the twin stick games from Housemarque, all the Alienation and Dead Nation games. So more of that, thank you, please. With some good, fun co-op, really cool visuals. Like I love the bright lights, the pinks and purples and whatnot. It seems really really cool. Like the reflections and shadows and whatnot. Looks like art style. What do you guys think? Something that you guys want to maybe play with us?
Yes.
Play with me?
Absolutely.
Yes.
We should stream it.
Of course, we get
100%.
RIP Norm right there. Sorry. Got yeah, no, Turd Ferguson there. What a great. I love that's like one of the best Saturday Night Live sketches ever. Is that
An
whole
absolute
Saturday Night Live Southern
legend
Jeopardy.
of comedy.
Yes.
God,
Yes.
I love Norm Macdonald. I was so sad to hear.
Yeah.
All right, and then we got one more on the list.
Is it one more? Did I miss it? Okay, thank you.
Life is Strange.
I lost the tab.
No, you're
So,
good.
you.
If you guys didn't know, the follow-up to Life is Strange has come out. Life is Strange True Colors. I hear nothing but good things about how good this game is.
You hear nothing about this
Yeah, you
game. No
played
one's talking about it. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money. It's worth
right. Yeah. I hear nothing but bad things
Wow.
all the time. No, the reviews of that game have been phenomenal. So I can't wait to get through it. We talked about this a couple months ago, a few episodes back. They delayed the remaster of Life is Strange. So I'm going to wait until the remaster comes out and then I'll play them all in order.
Same.
Yep.
Same.
And by that time, I'm kind of hoping it'll be, cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right around the holidays when it comes out. I think it's just right after the holidays, if I remember correctly.
Really?
It's in January.
Yeah, it's
is
January,
when-
yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Which is a weird.
That's a long delay.
I've already said my piece about what I feel about
you
this.
you had a big to do the one episode where we talked about it, so
Yeah.
don't need to retread that in that ground.
Yeah. Don't need to go back there. No.
She was mad, but she shall be avenged, which takes me to my next story. Avengers comes to Game Pass. Is Stadia imminent? This wasn't on the doc, but I thought it was worth
A little
discussing.
add-in, a little sneaky sneak.
Seeing
like, where
Avengers
is this,
comes
Aaron? What are you
to, Game Pass 2 days. So Thursday on September 30th. They did announce it today. It's going to drop there. I think they're trying to grow their player base.
Mhm.
Do we think this means it could come to Pro?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Anytime you see these, like I said, that's why I called when Control was announced for Stadia. Like, it's gonna come to Pro. I'm not gonna buy it. It's gonna come to Pro. It's free on. It's already on Game Pass. It's on Luna. Like, it's gonna be on Stadia Pro. Like, of course,
We'll see it as a
at that
PlayStation
point.
Plus game 1 month.
So it's what Avengers came out last year or is it 2 years now? How long has that game been out now?
I think it was 2 years ago in 2019,
Was
like
it
right at the end of 2019.
Was it really that long? I can't remember. Like, it's been out that long. They're not going to keep growing, really. So yeah, they're going to put it for free on Pro.
Oh, 2020. I was wrong. August
Oh, yeah.
17th.
Oh, so it's been a year. So even
I was wondering what
even,
you were smoking. They just did like
even
one,
still, like
I'll see
6
myself
months in,
out.
they dropped it to half price permanently.
yeah.
And they're still like it's on sale all the like it's not permanently. I guess it dropped like 10 or I think 10 or $20, and then
Yeah.
it goes on sale for 25 all the time now.
Right.
Correct.
So it's like that game is just looking to get people to butts in seats. So it's gonna come to Pro, I think, at some point. Probably 2 months. Probably
Chat
December.
also says, I wonder if it'll have crossplay with Stadia. The two things that I think they really need to do to keep their player base growing is crossplay and cross progression.
Correct.
Let me play this game anywhere, please, for the love of God. I
Like,
think
it's
cross progression
2021.
gets a little bit trickier with Spider-Man, but crossplay should not. Give me
Yeah.
crossplay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think crossplay would be a big thing. That would be a big seller for most people.
Square Enix, you have the capabilities. Make
Like,
this happen.
Everyone has capabilities. It's
And I had to
literally
sign up for a
2021.
Square Enix account to even play this game. So
Yep.
it just makes sense for me to be able to play other places, not have to worry about it, and be able to play with other people wherever they are.
Like building your games in this day and age that are going to be online living worlds and not thinking about, hey, I should probably implement this really important feature of crossplay that's made Fortnite the behemoth that it is.
100%.
Like, or so the behemoth that Fortnite is made this happen. Really, I guess it's the other way around. So like, do it. It costs a little more money, but it's going to make you more money in the long run. Absolutely.
So
If you're trying, yeah.
we'll be sure to keep you guys updated as that story develops. I think it will come to Pro. I think it'll be on PlayStation Plus, maybe even by the end of the year. But speaking of updates, Ark, you looking for an update? When I wrote this headline, I literally said, Fee, you're going to hate this one. Ark, you looking for an update?
I'm so happy to talk about Ark with you guys today. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we got some good news finally from this game. Like,
yeah, coming from our
what
friends.
took 'em?
Our friends at Stadia Source shared with us that we all know that when it came over to Stadia, it came with just a few performance issues. Just a few.
One or two, maybe.
Just one or two.
Just a few missing features, like important things like being able to see farther than like 10 feet.
Yeah.
It'd be a really nice feature to have.
The game like running.
I myself like to play with just like a veil of mystery with wondering what these huge blobs are in the distance. But you know what? Some people don't like that, so they're trying to improve it by all means. Without delving into much detail, the game could simply run better on Stadia, and this was proved by the community's very own Gem, who published a video about a workaround that could increase the various aspects of the Stadia version of the game, including the frame rate. This video could be served as proof that some ports on Stadia can simply perform better, which we did delve into, I think it was last episode or the episode before. Stadia community let Ark survival evolved developer Studio Wildcard know that their frustrations, and it seems that it's paid off, which is fantastic that they took that into consideration and listened to the community and realized, like, you know what, we need to put in some work. And so with the current version, with some fixes, there is fixed multiple exploits, fixed a bug where pressing spacebar to bring up the camera list would shrink the UI each time.
That's just a funny bug. Leave that one in.
I would want that. That's an April Fool's
Can we get a
joke.
feature, please?
I cannot see how much health I have.
Can I turn that on?
I would tell people like, oh, just hit the space bar again. They just get smaller.
Oh my god. Fixed a bug where weapons on the Lodo mannequin would equip to feet. Ooh. Fix some typos in text strings. Okay. Fix server versioning. Tech security console cameras are now able to be unlinked remotely. Fix servers and not showing up when attempting to transfer between servers on Stadia, and adjusted default Stadia video settings to support increased view distance and better texture quality. The following settings can be adjusted in the options, post-processing, and view distance. Honestly, this is a huge boost to Stadia community, and as our friend Lee Reed specifically says, I am 100% certain it will, it was the rally call that made this improvement happen. I also hope that it served as an encouragement to the future to simply ask for better when we know certain aspects involving Stadia and games on Stadia can be improved.
Yeah, like hitting some checkboxes on your on your settings menu by default to just make them actually available. The game runs fine. Like
Exactly.
maybe turn everything to maximum first,
Right.
see how it runs, and then dial it back from there. Not the other way around, turning it all off and then just hoping people don't complain.
Yeah.
Food for thought.
I still think that was probably one of the best things in their game that they shouldn't have removed. But
Oh, the spacebar, absolutely. Yeah,
Spacebar?
that needs to be a feature, not a bug.
yeah, exactly. Make it an
That should
April
be an
Fool's
option.
thing.
100%.
April
That is one of the
Fools.
funniest things I've ever read. It like reminds me of old football games when you could turn on like big head mode. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
my goodness.
do you guys think they knew this was fairly broken when they launched it on Stadia and they were just going to try to patch as they went? Or do you think they didn't have
Probably.
like proper
Yeah.
testing
But
capabilities?
they fixed it pretty quick because clearly they just didn't understand the settings menu for Stadia, I guess. I don't know. I mean, there's a little bugs. These are very, very minor bugs, I feel like. But like the main thing really was the performance. And
Yeah.
Huh.
I think they just either didn't try or they just knew and didn't care.
Yeah. I think it was that is and kind of going with the we kind of know that this is happening, but maybe no one's going to use this option. For example, the spacebar thing seems crazy. Like
Right.
someone must have noticed that and been like, we just need to release this, and then posted it, and then they're like, no one's ever going to use the spacebar to bring up the camera list, and then they're like, that's
Oh, no.
whoops, because maybe they thought that everyone was just going to use their controller and not actually use the keyboard and mouse.
That's my thought. Is maybe they never like tested out all the keyboard features because they were just really controller heavy. I don't know.
I spent a whole half hour on this bug, by the way.
I love it. I love it
Just
so
this
much.
bug. Oh,
So speaking of like how you
tested
use as a
you're like,
prank,
you tested every key on your keyboard? They're like, oh yeah, every key. Like, not
You
even
just-
not letters, like every key. Oh yeah, I tested every single key.
Yeah.
What about that space bar? I'm pretty sure I tested the space bar. Launch it.
So you're talking about April Fools. When I was working at my internship, I thought it was like because Google always does April Fools things, so that was like one of those like they're like joking they did.
Yeah.
But I guess I left my computer open, so in Chrome there's a Chrome extension which turns every thumbnail into a picture of Nicolas Cage. So
I love that.
So I opened like I was watching something like on YouTube on my computer, and all the thumbnails were Nicolas Cage. I'm like, what is going on right now? It took me way too long to figure out that it was an extension on Chrome, but it was very, very funny. And,
Now I know this.
the funny stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure if it still works, but it was an extension. This is like 7 years ago, but
So yeah,
just
I
just
think if you
little-
play Arc, you should probably play it with a controller just in
And
case,
not
unless
the
you like
keyboard.
shrinking your UI, which then go for it. You could also play it on your Premiere Edition. Speaking of which,
Whoa.
in the Oprah voice, you get a Premiere Edition. You get a Premiere Edition.
You
Everyone's
get a
getting
Premiere
Edition. Google has been offering select X Pro members free to Stadia Premiere Editions. This, of course, comes from our friends over at StadiaSource.com. In a move that has appeared to baffle some folk, Stadia appear to be offering select people who aren't subscribed to Stadia Pro anymore free Premiere Edition bundles via email. The Stadia Premiere Edition bundle contains a clearly white controller along with a Chromecast Ultra device, as seen below in the email, which seems to be hitting inboxes of those who are quote unquote eligible. The email simply reads, a surprise gift just for you. Curious to see what you've been missing? Come back to Stadia Pro and score Stadia Premiere Edition, a Stadia controller, and a Google Chromecast Ultra on us. Shipping charges may apply. Now, before you go canceling your Pro subscriptions, though, it appears you may have had to have been unsubscribed from Stadia Pro for a certain amount of time before your class is eligible. And even then, it doesn't appear to be guaranteed either.
Yeah,
Son of a gun.
that's still a good idea to get people back onto it. So
Yeah.
You know, honestly, yeah, I agree. Like if somebody unsubscribed and and maybe they just like couldn't keep playing in that one room of their house where they had their Chromecast and they didn't find value in like playing it elsewhere. You know, give them a second one, have another controller. That seems like a good deal. I probably would have done it. I mean, I've had Pro the whole time, but if I didn't, that would probably entice me. What about you, Fiona? Would that get you back on the Pro track if you were gone?
Oh, absolutely. I honestly, yeah, because
like a PlayStation gave you just a free PS Plus. Like,
yeah,
would you say yes?
Yeah, I would. Especially like, yes, I have. At this point, I have 3 controllers. I think I might have a 4th. I have a 3, but having that 4th one, that could be, especially like with Christmas being right around the corner. Just sign up again and then give that to a family member or friend, or even just giving them the Chromecast Ultra. It's just like, hey, Merry Christmas, and then you can use that on your TV. It's free, and everyone loves free things. People get excited about seeing like Spotify free for 3 months. And now like you can get a physical controller and a Chromecast Ultra, which is about $120 bundle for free.
$100 now. It's $100 now.
Yeah, well, Canadian.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forget your currencies. Monopoly money.
Plastic Monopoly money. Just
it's all they pay with.
Exactly.
Monopoly games get stolen all the time in Canada. It's like robbing a bank.
Yeah. I don't know if it would keep me for that long. It would probably just sign up and then be like, okay, like I got my free thing, and then next month I'm gonna unsubscribe. But it's still getting numbers in there, at least for that time period.
Yeah. Not to mention there's got to be a large percentage of people who just forget to unsubscribe, right?
Yeah.
You're banking on those people to maybe subscribe and stay around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't think it was that bizarre of a move. I thought it was just good marketing to try to appeal to people who clearly already know what you are. They're clearly already interested. Offer them a free controller. They clearly made 10 billion of these things because they will give them out for any reason whatsoever.
I think the part of it, the thought is, are they just trying to move their stock of their Chromecast Ultras because they have the new
Chromecast? Yeah, I mean, honestly.
So they can make a new bundle with that. Then.
I mean, I think Jake got an email a couple weeks ago that they were like, hey, sorry you had a hard day at work. We want to send you a free Premiere Edition. That's how much they give these things away.
We saw you went to Google today. Premiere Edition.
They were like, thanks for saying something nice about us on Twitter. Here's a Premiere Edition.
Thanks for reviewing one of our apps and giving it a 1-star review.
Here's a Premiere Edition.
Premiere Edition. It's like, you sure you want to go? Premiere Edition?
Hey, we saw that you were thinking about purchasing a game. Here's a Premiere Edition.
Are you new to the internet? Premiere Edition?
Oh, man. Hey, the Google Home showed us that you stubbed your toe in your house. Have a Premiere Edition.
You mean the free Google Home that you got with your Google Music subscription? Yeah.
Premiere Edition.
Just a huge loop of free things from Google.
Oh my god, that was great.
Oh, Aaron is literally crying.
I'm literally crying. It was just so funny. The thought of like them just like spying on people and sending a Premiere Edition for literally anything is just the greatest thing. Hey, I saw you adulted today. Here's a Premiere Edition. Oh, it's too good. Okay. Next up, you know what you could use your Premiere Edition on? Tablets. At least the controller. Tablets galore.
That's a long loop around. They get the mini USB,
and then you just and then you
mini
it, and then yeah.
Oh my god.
We've gone off the rails. Fiona, take it away. Tell us about the new tablets that can support Stadia.
Well, we're going back to our friends over at Stadia Source with Ricardo's article. Stadia officially supports 11 more Samsung devices as of today, removing their experimental tab on the app. This Stadia app allows players to stream games. Okay. Yes, practically every Android device, we understand specifically how it runs. However, with the list of tablets that it's now currently available for, as well as phones, we have the Samsung Galaxy S20, the 21 Plus, the 21 Ultra, the Note 20, the Note 20 Ultra, the Tab A, the Tab A7, Tab S5e, Tab S6, Tab S7, and Tab S7 Plus. Note from the article is that official support has not yet been provided for the Galaxy Z Fold and the Z Flip foldables as of yet.
I find it so funny that you say Z and not Z. And it makes me very no, because that's as a person that took French in high school, it's just very funny that you. I understand why you do. It's this.
Yeah.
The American to me is like, but understands French is like, okay. That's
kind of the Z Fold and the Z Flip. But no, I think it's awesome that they're introducing it onto these devices. I personally don't use I used to be a Note person, however, I'm not anymore. But this makes it really enticing for a lot of people. Maybe they could offer Premier Edition to some of the people that were on the experimental mode.
Tablet? You got a
tablet?
We see that you had the experimental version of our application for the longest time, and now we've moved over to a finalized product. Here's a Premier Edition. Here you go.
Yeah. No, I'm
gonna figure out how to clip that out. By the way, just talking about all the things.
we can figure that out. We can figure that out. I know. I played a little bit on my Amazon Fire 8 tablet, and it works fine. So that's experimental mode, I think, too, because the Play Store isn't even available natively on there. You have to go like a big workaround to get the Play Store on there. So
I'm really excited that it's coming to the S7 because I have an S7.
Yeah.
And
nice.
I did it through the experimental mode, and it was just a little bit more laggy. So I'm curious to see if that kind of smoothed out the process a little bit. Nice. It was by and far the laggiest experience from phone to computer to tablet to the Chromecast. So yeah, let's see if it starts to get better. But if you don't want to do it on a tablet, Stadia phone links have also been going live.
Yeah. Which is some cool stuff. I think they actually had it as part of the This Week on Stadia. They made it like official that was actually going live, but this is a whole breakdown of them playing around with it. So this is the feature. I know I'm pretty sure you can now link your Xbox controller or anything like that as well to the controller, and then send it off to so this acts as your Bluetooth.
It's like a pass through to the Chromecast.
Yeah,
correct?
but they also the thing they've been teased for a while is that touchpad on using your phone as a touchpad to the TV also works. So that's just pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty cool addition. I think it really brings makes the barrier to entry like, oh, you have to have a Stadia controller to put on your TV. Now that's not a barrier to entry now. And I think that's something that they should have had earlier.
Yeah.
At least, just for it's like this 2 years in now, and I feel like not right now, but probably at the 2-year mark, it'd probably be, I would say, out of beta. I think it's like a good product, a fine working product, because the best of the streaming products. But I still probably wouldn't even take it out of beta until probably now or this November, when they have a little bit more features available. It's gonna be on more TVs. If you were going to redo this whole process again and start from scratch, that's probably how I would do it. It's just Stadia should really still be in beta. And they're still putting these features out, which I think are pretty core features.
I think it's worth noting here in the article from 9 to 5 Google, those worried it would be a complicated process need not worry. Connecting is really simple and follows the same method used to connect a dedicated Stadia controller. Hit the controller icon in the Stadia app and you'll notice phone touch gamepad is already connected. Tapping this will launch a new menu confirming that you can use your phone as a virtual controller to play on any screen. Plug in the pairing linking code using the on-screen controls and you'll be connected to a local session.
It also says here the Stadia link is a piece of resistance with the aforementioned bridge mode. You can stream the streaming platform. You'll recognize any controller connected directly to the smartphone, and you'll be able to connect a gamepad via Bluetooth or wired connection. So you can do either way, whichever is easiest for you, to the phone. And then it'll prompt you for that.
Will either one of you jump ship from using a Stadia controller on your TV?
No. But since I have loaned out 2 of my controllers to my brother, one to my friend, I have 2 controllers at the house. So if my friends over want to play like the free game that's on Pro, Cake
That's a good
Bash,
point.
I actually own a Cake Bash. I can play that with my friends now. I can have a 4-player game of that and not have to worry about having another controller, like trying to go grab my controller from my brother's house or my friend's house. Like I can just do that. I don't have to worry about that. Like even with PlayStation, I've always had 2 controllers. I never had a third controller because I don't have friends over that often. But one time we went to play Puyo Puyo Tetris with some friends, and I had my Vita, so I used my Vita via remote play as the third controller. I had my own little screens, a little like Switch experience almost, or I like Wii U really. Actually, I had my own little like gamepad, and played Puyo Puyo Tetris on my PlayStation 4 in the room on my Vita, and that was
Nice.
really cool experience because like one of those like aha kind of moments. Like that's where I think this will come from a lot of people.
And a really good point. I hadn't actually thought about like, oh, I don't have enough controllers, but no big deal. I have plenty of Xbox controllers or whatever lying around.
Yeah.
I can just pass through. Yeah. Will it work with the Nintendo Switch Pro controller with their backwards buttons?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Who knows? I want to see what works with the Steam controller.
The Steam controller. Ooh, what if it works with the Luna controller?
That'd be funny. I still find it very frustrating. I haven't tried Luna in a bit. I need to actually get back and try it. But last time I tried it on the PlayStation 4 controller, it would light up the light on the PlayStation 4 controller purple for Luna, but the buttons were all still mapped for Xbox. And I'm like, what are you doing? So I hope they fix that. Like on the other way, but
yeah, no, I like as of right now. I'm gonna kind of give you some insight on how my phone's currently doing, guys. I have a tempered glass screen protector on my key, like on my screen, and I plan on getting the new 6 Pro coming out next month.
Pixel 6.
Yeah, the Pixel 6 Pro. So I'm like, I'm not going to buy a new tempered glass screen protector, but it's cracked right now. And there's randomly every so often, there's like a small shard of tempered glass being
take it off.
I don't want it because I know for a fact the second I take it off, I'm going to break the actual screen itself.
But at this point, that tempered glass like screen is breaking up isn't protecting the phone underneath it at all because its structural integrity is gone.
I mean, it's like it's cracked, but it's not like completely like gone. You know what I mean? Okay. It's just the edges, and so I know for a fact that with my experience,
even if you drop it in the next month, then you're still going to have a cracked screen, and it's going to be fine.
But it's not a cracked screen on the phone; it's on the tempered glass.
Do you have a case on your phone or no?
I do.
Okay,
but sometimes you just like drop your phone and it falls like just on the curb or on some rocks or on the floor or in random areas or just everywhere because you're very clumsy. Like one time I was walking across the street, just threw my phone, just accidentally, just like.
I used to be
just holding on to your phone.
Yeah, I just walk in and then all of a sudden like wha-bam, and then it just flew and then hit the ground.
Oh, real quick, just back to what we were talking about. Real quick, I've used the Luna controller on GeForce Now, so it'll likely work on Stadia. So that'd be fun. That'd be cool.
Nice.
I actually kind of mad at myself. I had it in my cart and I forgot to finish the order for the Luna controller because they did it with T-Mobile. They're doing it 25% off last week, and nice. I forgot to pull the trigger on that. So I'll wait till the next sale and probably get a Luna controller because it's gone on sale more than once. It's not the first time.
Well, your phone screen protector might be cracked, but it probably will still work for chat via phones. Thanks for giving me the step up there. And
I mean, we don't have to give you much.
Tell us about
it, Aaron. I mean, we don't have to give you that much. You just take whatever we give you.
That's true. You give me an inch, I'm taking the 10 miles.
Man, I can't even. Yeah, so Google Stadia voice chat on Android may launch soon. Support document suggests. So coming from 925, we have for many months now, our APK Insight team has been watching the development of the voice chat in the Stadia app, including app being registered for apps microphone permission, which is usually when you open up an application, it'll say like, do you give permissions for your microphone to be used in this application? And you say yes when I have the application open or never. So that has been showing up in the APK. Despite that, nothing in the app has indicated their voice chat would actually launch. For each of Stadia's other platforms, Chromecast Ultra, Android TV, and web, voice and party chat were available from day one. In the latest update to Stadia version 3.36, which our team is actively digging into, there's a newly added link to the Google support page. The link leads to a particular section of a long existing page that explains the many devices and controllers you can use to Stadia games. However, the section in question currently reads as though in-game voice chat would be presently available on Stadia Android. And it says, when you connect your Stadia controller to your Android mobile device or link it wirelessly, you'll be able to hear and respond to in-game voice chat when you connect a headset with microphone to your controller. You can also use Bluetooth or a USB cable to connect a headset to your Android mobile device. Party chat support on Android is coming soon, which is very positive for people like me who are using Android for the most part. From that, we could find the page was updated to include the newest text sometime in late June. Previously, it spelled out that voice chat was not available in any form on Stadia's Android app, which they go into when they say when you connect your Stadia controller to your Android mobile device or link to your device wirelessly, you'll be able to hear voice chat when you connect a headset to your phone, but you won't be able to speak with others with your mobile device or headset. It is not clear why this change was made, and thus has been we've been thus far unable to get voice chat working on Stadia for Android. It seems like they're going back and forth on this decision. From what it says in the article, I'm hoping that it kind of comes into fruition because it'll make it a little bit easier for me. Mind you, if I'm going to be having a gaming session where I need to talk to someone, it's usually going to be via Discord.
Right.
Or yeah, for the most part, it's going to be Discord because the people that I play with online are either on Discord. The most random place that I would specifically be on a call with would be on Facebook to talk to my sister to play a video game. But for the most part, if we're gaming, we're just on Discord anyway. So have you guys used the voice chat for Stadia on other devices?
Hear you, Mr. Porter. Jakey, we can't hear you at all, bud.
In the arms.
I've been muted like forever.
Yeah.
I've not been muted for a very long time.
Woo!
Yeah, I what I forgot. Yeah, we used it to play Division 2.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Does it work well?
it was fine. The volume controls were really bad. I
Okay.
remember. Well, Aaron, I played with you.
Yeah.
You were there. You were actively there when this happened.
Through our phone?
Wait, what?
No, not on our phone. Just in
That's where I
general.
got confused. My bad.
Just in general.
Oh.
Aaron, the whole part of this article is there's no voice chat on the phone.
Right.
Not on the phone there.
Maybe if you were not on mute, I would have understood that.
How long have you not been able to hear me?
But I was the one who was talking.
It may have been a very long time. Have I
Yeah.
just not talked in a while to you guys?
No, just since this article.
Okay, then maybe I may just hit it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know I was looking up. Okay, when I hit it. But no, yeah, we used it. It wasn't bad. It was fine. And I've used it for another time as well. I was playing with a buddy of mine.
Okay.
And we used the chat.
Yeah,
it's a little finicky. Yeah. It's a little even he had a lot of trouble with it when I played with my friend too. And my friend that went to tried it on Spirit Airlines. We were playing together, and that had some issues. But otherwise, it was. I mean, it works. It's just a little cumbersome.
Fair.
I'm the person that will play like on PlayStation. I don't play Discord. We use the PlayStation Party system when I'm playing PlayStation. The only time I use Discord is when I'm playing on PC. Which that's just obviously the Steam's is not great. So actually didn't even have it for the longest time. So Discord was the only way. So yeah, it's the only time I really ever use Discord anymore. Even when I play League has a built-in chat, so there's no point in jumping between Discord. It works fine. I have on-screen controls for volume while I'm in game, so it's easier that way anyway. So
Yeah.
I haven't really used Discord besides for PC gaming. But there's one thing I did want to bring up while we're here. I brought this is a little kind of the same vein. I kind of thought about this as we were talking about it. This was something that came up on Twitter. I think was it today? No, yesterday. Some other party feature that wasn't. I was missing an article on this, but like it's a new party feature where it looks like it goes to parties and people are looking for a party, find a party for Destiny and Dead by Daylight. I'm like, this is really cool. Why is this not retweeted in like why where? So I retweeted it. But this seems really cool. This seems like
where
cool,
is
like,
that information? That's awesome.
Kind of again, I'm not sure if this is a common thing. It seems like it's maybe isolated. Like it's every so often they'll just pump in new features like to alpha, like beta test them. But this just looks really cool. And if they actually do this, that's a cool feature for people that are just looking to like, hey, I just want to play this game with actual human beings. Especially like again, they want to chat. Like it's a cool feature. I'm curious to how that works. So just a just a quick little thing there. So
nice. That's awesome. Speaking of new features, this one blew my mind when it came across the dock today. Had me asking, is this reality? No, it's virtual reality. There is a new rumor from a job posting that suggests Google might be looking into VR cloud gaming.
Which would be huge.
Huge. This article, Stadia's cloud gaming service. Yep. The Stadia doesn't currently offer any VR cloud gaming, but it seems to be a natural fit for the user case, considering the high-end VR gaming is exclusively in the realm of beefy gaming PCs, which create a high barrier of entry. So yeah, I mean, if you could have the same beefy PC experience, but be completely wireless in VR, holy crap. 4 job listings posted or updated as recently as September 7th seek developers and engineers with virtual reality experience among the preferred qualifications of the roles. This includes staff software developer services, an engineering manager for client software development kits, engineering manager for front end, and an engineering manager for Stadia discovery. Interestingly, the roles are spread across Stadia teams that cover the spectrum from developer features to end user features like game discovery. Google isn't the only company with VR cloud gaming ambitions. NVIDIA has already created its own VR cloud streaming infrastructure called Cloud XR, though it's designed as a foundation for others to build upon rather than being a user-facing service itself. Now, this brings up a question. Is this going to be like I can get Stadia on my Oculus Quest and I can play certain Stadia VR titles there through an app that way? Or is this actually taking Stadia more towards that white labeling service and they're just helping develop cloud gaming VR that then they can put on other platforms?
I could see probably the white labeling. Yeah, a way for like it could like an application essentially for Oculus Quest to get like higher res games, or even like if you want to do something like your phone, like they can make it, maybe they go back to like the Google Cardboard kind of, not Google Cardboard, but that kind of level where you can get on your phone and have like an actual like VR controller that's better, and actually use your phone to pair with it and do it through Stadia. I guess I think if you're not going to white label it, that's the only way to go, because you're not going to use Google. Because the reason I say this is because your screens are so high res at this point now, like probably better resolution screens than what's in the VR headsets right now. I mean, that'd be probably a pretty good experience. So, is there a kitty cat in the background? Is it looking for some attention?
I heard it meowing. Fee, are you a VR fan?
The last VR experience that I had was Resident Evil 7. So it's like a mixed match of like yes and no for the most part. But when I used to work in a store specifically for cell phones, like the gear was a lot of fun. You could just put your phone into it and then just strap it on your face.
Yep.
So I could definitely see them using that. But yeah, for someone who gets motion sick from playing video games, I'm shocked that I actually enjoy VR for the most part. Resident Evil 7 is not an experience I recommend at all for anybody on VR. But I really enjoy like the other games that I played. I played a lot of Star Wars games in VR. So
nice.
Yeah.
I love VR. I'm a huge fan of this technology and want to see it continue to grow and scale and see what they can do with it. I went to Sundance Film Festival in like 2016 and they had a whole virtual reality bar that you could just hop around and check out all the different tech that people were working on. And it was phenomenal. So the idea of being able to just stream a game, not necessarily have to download it, especially if they can get it to work, is very appealing to me. I also played Resident Evil. It's the only VR game to ever make me sick. A monster popped out and I turned to run from it, and something about like that motion, I was like, oh, I got to get out of this thing. And I just had to like go outside for a little bit.
Oh no.
Yep. So yeah, I'm really hoping this rumor is true. We pass around a lot of rumor mill stuff on here. But this one I am like really, really excited about the prospect of it. Jakey, I see you are ready to share something. What do you got for us? You are on mute yet again.
My keyboard is very loud, everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to bring up before I wanted to talk. I guess we talk a little bit more about VR before I bring this up. But I just really hope they can get the latency down that close, because that latency is a big thing with VR in terms of motion sickness, like what you're talking about. So I'm not saying it's the only thing that causes motion sickness, but that's the big proponent to motion sickness is that
right, the
delay.
latency for sure.
So I mean, if they trust in the tech that much, like that'd be very cool. Like I've wanted to play Beat Saber for like since that game came out on PlayStation VR, and
that game is so fun.
It just looks like a blast and a half.
Yeah,
I loved DDR as a kid, and then this is even cooler. So did you have anything more, Fee, before I transition away back to kind of what we were just talking about?
No, go right ahead.
Okay, so Raster over here was talking about that he has that feature, and for the parties, like it's if you click start party, it asks you public or private options. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try it and see if it works. So I went here, and you go to it shows all this here. You can even ask me to refresh it. I'm curious if this is a because I'm using Stadia Enhanced extension, but I feel like this isn't that, because this would be too many people using it. Like even Elder Scrolls or Far Cry 5, like Matt, like this is pretty cool. Like seeing all these people posting that. And then if you go up here, when I first came in, there was a orange circle next to the start party button, and then there was it said new next to public party. So you can find new people in the Stadia with this. So I'm kind of curious what it is. So invite everyone, select the game description. Like that's really cool. I think that's just a cool feature. And that's like, I feel like I haven't seen anything about that at all. And that's just things people should be talking about. So if it seems like it looks like I haven't tried my phone yet. It looks like it is a PC only thing. Maybe that's why no one's like noticed it as much, but I know a ton of people play PC.
That's exactly what I was doing. I was just playing it up on my phone, and it's not on the app.
Yeah, so it looks like typically a lot of the features come to PC first, and then they'll come to the other devices. But even the Chromecast, that'd be awesome. That comes to Chromecast. So just wanted to just really quickly follow up on that, since he said he has it too already. So that was the first time that tweet was the first time I saw that. I'm like, we need to talk about this. So
yeah, why aren't they talking about it? That blows my mind. Like that's a great feature.
Yeah,
that should have been a blog post at the very least.
Yeah, at least in the blog.
Yeah.
Talking about using my phone as a controller, but you can't talk about this really cool party system. So,
the one and only Andy Cortez likes to coin this phrase, WNDs, weird Nintendo decisions. Like Stadia kind of has that vibe to it a little bit too. They have some WSDs, weird Stadia decisions, and to like have a really cool feature, and it just not even talk about it. Just be like, yeah, see if somebody notices. How random. Like that is a great
just
feature
like the
that
Bluetooth,
should be celebrated.
The Bluetooth headset feature. They just tweeted it randomly at like 7:30 in the morning. Like, hey, or 7:30. Like, it was like, no, it was at night. Like, hey, by the way, you can use your Bluetooth headsets on your Switch now. I was like, wait, what year is this?
You can see it on my phone if he uses desktop browser mode. So there's a quick workaround.
There's still the browser.
There we go.
Sweet.
But yeah, I haven't used the browser on my phone for Stadia since the good old days when the app didn't work. I only worked on certain phones.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. And our final story of the night, you say it.
Kai?
That's why I made you say it, because I don't know.
I'm just my best guess. May not be coming to Stadia at all. So Takai was supposed to be a Stadia exclusive. It was a Stadia like SG&E like partnered game, which I forget when we actually saw the trailer for it. I'm not sure the article says. I've read the article says it. And then with the SG&E closing, there's a few other games as well, like Road 96, I think it was around 96. That was one that was also in the similar style games that was like when it was coming, and is now not on Stadia at all. And from my understanding, they're not going to say, but apparently it may have to do with them pulling funding for the Stadia version of it. This game was supposed to be a Stadia exclusive or timed exclusive, and then now it is now a PlayStation 4 and 5 console exclusive and on PC as well. The game looks awesome. The game looks beautiful. The game looks like the game Wild, which was teased from Sony, feels like 10 years ago at this point. And it plays this girl, really cool art style, very Wind Waker-esque style. And yeah, it seems a really cute story. But she can turn into animals. She can like turn into kind of like Wild in the game. So, but it has like Wind Waker like platforming kind of vibe to it. It looks really cool. Really like I'm vibing with this pretty hard. So, look at that deer. Look how beautiful she. So yeah, here's the cool ability to. Hey, I'm a bird now. Yeah, it looks really cool. Definitely go check it out if you're listening to the audio version of the podcast.
Oh, that's just a good shot.
Yeah,
the bird jumping out.
Yeah, they're like they got it. Like, hey, we can do this cool, like
swimming around as a sea turtle. Are you kidding me?
With a flower in your ear.
And of course, a glider.
Yeah. So
wow,
looks cool. Sad that so if we look at the history, like I said, Road 96 is not coming to Stadia. They said that they came out saying we'd love to look at it in the future if things are possible.
Yeah.
And this game to be a Stadia exclusive and now not be even on Stadia at all.
That
seems like Stadia / Google may have burned some bridges. So yeah. Any thoughts?
Man.
What do you guys think of the game?
No, I'm just sad. I forgot about that game, to be honest. And then once we started watching the trailer, like it all started coming back to me. And what a bummer. What a loss for Stadia.
I'm trying to remember if that was a good stuff one, which I want to say that was from the good stuff.
Yeah, I think it was from one of those streams.
Because that's when we got the good stuff. That's when we got a lot of the partner games from like the Harmonix and Supermassive games were teased there or like mentioned there. So
yeah,
I'm trying to look. Yeah, so, but yeah, it stinks. It makes me, I guess, just frustrated with that whole SG&E decision and why would they pull funding for these games? Or like getting rid of first party development is one thing, but you still need, and then they're still getting exclusives on the game. Like they still have like Young Souls, which is a timed exclusive.
Yeah,
like they added it, or Grime, which is through like the Makers program.
Right.
It's just odd that they kept those programs alive, but not and some again timed exclusives, but not like a game like this.
Yeah.
And kept fun like again maybe they were funding the whole thing and they didn't want to like do like the time this was like I don't know. Either way, it just doesn't make any sense to me. The game looks awesome. The game looks beautiful. I think this is a game that would get people to come over to Stadia, just on our style alone. So
Agreed.
Yep.
Again, I guess we're not seeing that with Young Souls at all. So I guess maybe I'm wrong, but because that game I think will do really well when it goes on other platforms. I think people will be talking about it, see how awesome it is, and I think they will never mention Stadia because they won't even know. Because I feel like I see that all the time with games. Like, I heard people talk about Grime and they didn't mention Stadia at all on it. Granted, they weren't playing on Stadia; they're playing on PC because it is on PC too. But
Yeah.
Oh well. C'est la vie, as we do. Weird Stadia decision at WSD. We got hit with it.
yeah.
Like the final. I'm glad you didn't freeze or any of that. But that does it. That is all the news we have for you guys today. Thank you so much. This has been the 31st episode of Speaking of Stadia, a GSN podcast. Of course, if you like us, please like, subscribe, share the show. We love having more and more viewers hanging out in chat like we did tonight. Fiona, where can the lovely people find you?
Yeah. You can find me here bi-weekly, but you can also find me over at Point in Progress, over on the Twitch, which we live record our episodes every Friday at about 8:30 p.m. EST, but sometimes we go a little bit later than that. And it's just 5 friends talking about things they really enjoy, video game related. And I try to push the Stadia narrative and sometimes get shut down multiple times, but definitely check out our Twitch and our YouTube, also under Point in Progress. On the same YouTube channel, you can check out the new podcast that I'm currently hosting with 2 of my friends. And we just talk about a game called Final Fantasy 14. It's called Fantasy in Progress. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun talking about things like the live letter, which I did not know ahead of time that it was projected to be 4 hours, but actually was 7.5 hours. And I was up until 7 a.m. in the morning. It was a long time. And that's a whole thing. You can definitely check out that episode. And you can check me out on Twitch as well. Over at twitch.tv/Ceranics. But later on tonight, I might be streaming over on Point in Progress, playing some more Tome. So
Nice.
we'll see. Yeah.
Aaron, we need to get before you ask me where they can find me. Can you go get our 4th guest? Because I saw her in the background, and I think the guests need to see the 4th guest.
I don't know if I can get her to come up into camera view is the only problem. Midgie, come here. Can you climb up? Are you going to climb up? Nope, you're going to bow. She's not going to do it.
Okay. Well, there's a puppy that's been sitting next to Aaron this whole night.
Yeah, I got you.
And I think the viewers will really enjoy seeing this puppy. There she is. She's just excited to be playing with you right now.
She's like, I just want to play. Why are you leaving me?
There we
Why
go.
Are we going for walkies?
Dad, where'd you go? What the hell?
I know. Now she's like, all pumped up. That is my 18-month-old chocolate lab. Her name is Midge. She is wonderful. We love her to death, and she was hanging out in the office with me today. Now, Jacob, where can the people find you?
You can find me at I can never do this right. Mirror. Here is where you can find me at Two Tall Porter with the zeros are the O's are zeros. Also, as I like to say, the 90-10 split on the Speaking of Stadia's Twitter is Aaron and I. All the good ones are Aaron. All the random retweets and nonsense is me. The like well-articulated ones are Aaron, and the ones just like spouting out about games and how fun they are, and like random things like, oh, this is really cool. Like that's me. And then Aaron's like, hey, what you guys all playing? Like,
yeah, I've been trying to do a little bit more of the engagement.
Hey, let me just like sit back in this chair. Like, how y'all doing?
And I am, of course, on Twitter at Aaroncini, SEANEY. You can also hang out with me on YouTube at youtube.com/awesomellyaverage or on Twitch at twitch.tv/awesomellyaverage
You can also find Awesome Average on all your favorite podcast platforms,
including a brand new episode of Give Me 20, a short form comedy podcast that I do with Mel Felker. That new episode is out today. Hear the regaling story of my son calling another kid a dick. It's really funny.
Oh wait, I did not see the new episode today. I was too busy working. I listened to the last one with the your guest. I forget his name offhand.
Matt
But,
Batson, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that was a very, very fun episode. So,
Thank you.
I'm excited
The
for the
newest
new
one is out now on all your favorite podcast services. Otherwise, that does it for our 31st episode. I almost said final episode. That would have been so sad. 31st episode of Speaking of Stadia.
Aaron, why are you not this honest right now?
Again, we are here every other Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, sometimes
Mostly.
Thursday. Sometimes we totally change the schedule. It's fine.
Why not?
For the
Roughly
schedule updates,
around-
follow us on Twitter because I am either usually traveling or other stuff. I know actually, I don't think I'm traveling for the next one. No, I'll be here. But okay, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, guys. We'll be
We'll
fine.
keep you guys updated.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at Speak of Stadia because speaking was a little bit too long for all of your updates to see when we're going live. Hit the notification bell if you don't mind. That'll also tell you anytime we are here for you. In the meantime, keep it cloudy.